That's true.
That was terrible.
That was crap. That was garbage. This place sucks.
Overreaction Wednesday.
Oh wow. Okay.
All right, look at that.
I feel like we're the NFL in the pandemic. We're going to do this at every day of the week. There's going to be an overreaction day every day of the week.
Probably do overreaction every single day if we felt like it.
Go for it.
Hey guys, this is a story that only us and Mike Florio are really talking about. But did you see the rumors that Sean Payton was going to get $100 million from the Dolphins?
Yes, I did.
Before all of that got kind of blown up? Well,
it's not rumors, they're reports.
My overreaction is this. Sean Payton and Tom Brady, package deal for a team in 2023.
Well, I think a lot of people think the package deal is still could be in Miami, which is nuts. That's kind of off the charts.
I don't think they'll want to done Mike McDaniel, but I think another,
I don't think so. They will
team,
either. But crazier things have happened.
I don't know.
Remember Jim Mora got one and done in Seattle?
That's true.
Remember that? Jim Mora's one and done in Seattle because Pete Carroll became available. See you later.
Who was in Arizona? Was it Steve Wilkes got one and done?
Well, I think it's, yeah. But that was his first head coaching gig.
Right.
I mean, Jim Mora was the former coach of the Atlanta Falcons when he took that gig in Seattle.
That's true.
You know what? I'll, in honor of Mike Florio joining us here shortly on the program, I'll say that is not an overreaction. I think Sean Payton's going to go back to coaching next year. I think 1 year in the studio will be enough for him. Or is he calling games for Fox?
I think he's studio.
Okay, yeah, I think that'll be enough for him. I think he'll have the batteries recharged, and according to Florio and other reports, and he's going to join us here shortly.
You get a lot of money.
He was about to go straight from the Saints to the Miami Dolphins. Yeah. So, I don't know about Brady. I have a feeling like this is going to be his last year. $375 million waiting for him. He was on DP's show earlier today here on Peacock, SiriusXM Channel 85, and he was talking about how he looks around sometimes. He thinks he's a crazy man, like he's nuts for trying this. Sees Aaron Donald working out saying, why am I coming back and doing this? I'm a 45-year-old man. What's up with that?
He also doesn't get hit. So
no, I know he gets rid of the football, but yeah. I have a feeling that Brady, this is his final year, and he knows it too in the back of his head.
That's an
$375 million waiting for him too at the end of that rainbow for 10 years. Holy crap!
Future ownership, probably.
Yeah, pay cut. A pay cut is he's taking to play football. What else you got over there, Chris?
All right, he's not on a team right now officially, but he is a wedding crasher. Odell Beckham is going to be the missing piece on another Super Bowl run for someone. I'm not going to say who.
I'll tell you who.
But for someone.
I'll tell you who. He's come back to the Rams. He'll come back to the Rams. I think he's a Ram by Thanksgiving.
What if Godwin's not all the way healthy and Tom lobbies him a call?
I don't know about that. I mean, if Brady calls and says, hey, Odell, you want to win one more time with us? I think he likes it here. I think he likes it here a hell of a lot. I think he was at, Sean McVay's wedding and hanging out with these guys. He loves it here and they love him. I think they're absolutely going to make that happen. I feel it in my bones. He will be back with the Los Angeles Rams here in Thanksgiving Day.
Feels like you have inside info.
That is not an overreaction. You're 2 for 2. What's going on, Chris? What else?
I saw this the other day. I forget what the actual headline was, but it's something about how Matt Ryan is basically awesome and is lighting it up at the Colts. So I'm going to say Matt Ryan is going to go for 45,000 and win the division this year.
I think winning the division is entirely possible, but I think 40 and 5,000 is a total overreaction. Who is he throwing it to? I know there's Pittman, right?
Yeah, Pittman, and hit him with the Hines, and
I don't know. They run they're going to run the football way too much for someone to have.
Open it up. They're just going to
open
it up.
Cox, a tight end.
Yeah,
they got a quarterback now who can throw the ball confidently to the right team, and they're just going to open it up. I don't know.
I think those numbers are too large for a team with Jonathan Taylor on it.
Okay.
What else you got?
Broncos, guys. Broncos. Melvin Gordon, I saw this headline. He's not going to give up the starting job lightly. So I'm going to say, why does he have to? Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams, both 1,000 yards this year.
Oh, my gosh. Is Mike Shanahan coaching the team again? Is that what's happening? Is Mike Anderson going to come out of retirement and throw Orlando Scary? Is that what we're doing right here? I think, by the way, I would peg Javonte Williams for fantasy football right now. Yeah. Out of all the players that are there that I think are going to have the biggest season offensively, I think he's that one. If I had to choose one, if I had to choose like Jerry Jeudy or any of the receivers or Javonte Williams, I'd choose that guy.
Ooh,
that's who I would choose. I think the run game is going to be the unheralded, underrated portion of the Russell Wilson offense.
Russ not a top 10 quarterback then for fantasy?
I'm on the I need to see it to believe it train for the Denver Broncos. I'm there.
I'm riding shotgun.
What else you got over there, Chris?
We talked a lot about Lamar Jackson. No deal yet for him. I'm going to say he's going to play the whole year without a new contract.
I agree with you there too. That would be just exactly the way this thing plays out.
Should I have added franchise tagged at the end of that? Maybe?
I don't know. I think because I don't think it's going to get done so damn quick after the season. You know, those franchise tags have to hit you. You have to hit somebody with it. You have to slap it on somebody or place it before the new league year begins, which is right after the year. That's something to ask Florio coming up next. But I don't see anything happening. I could see him absolutely playing the entire season without a new deal. It seems par for this entire weird course. There is no frame of reference in the recent history of the NFL, certainly in the era of the NFL with the new collective bargaining agreement where people are paid $100 million a year for play quarterback, 30 where somebody who's making in the mid-20s is a bargain. I don't have any frame of reference on it. You got one more, so we're on time for Florio?
I do have one more.
Thank you.
All right, we'll get one more.
Thank you, George.
And actually, now that I'm looking at the numbers from last year, I guess it's not all that overreaction. So Tyreek Hill said that Tua is a more accurate passer than Patrick Mahomes.
I think he's talking up his quarterback who's getting hit from different angles. That's the way I have to guess it.
I was going to say that Tua's going to finish this year with a higher completion percentage than Patrick Mahomes, but he actually did it last year. Now that I'm looking it up, Tua was 67.8 in 2021, and Mahomes was 66.3.
Yeah, but how many more attempts did Mahomes have than Tua?
So Mahomes had 658 attempts.
Yeah, and Tua's got to have on the 400s.
And Tua had 388.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, Mahomes had twice as many attempts.
That's true. I guess I could do.
You know what? Every single time you ask me this, and I go and I take Mahomes over Tua, I get accused of being off the Tuanon train.
I know.
I think the world of Tua, and I hope he does well. But if we're going to start comparing him to Mahomes, I think he loses 10 times out of 10.
All right, well, passer rating, Mahomes is 98.5 and Tua is 90.1.
Okay, so I'll take Mahomes having a better accuracy rating than Tua. I'll do it. I'll say that. Well, I'm sorry. This is Overreaction Monday.
Overreaction. So
it's not a what's more likely.
We need to, yeah, it's not
that's an overreaction.
Likely,
I'll just rule that an overreaction and move forward.
All right,
okay, there you go. That's that would have been Overreaction Monday, but we did it here on a Wednesday.
It would have been Tuesday too.